allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we'll call the June meeting of Batavia Township to order. Clerk, call the roll.
Batalmio? Donnet? Here. Tracy?
Here.
West?
Here.
Anderson?
Yes. And for the benefit of those watching on television, we'll take a few minutes to check the bills and the accounts from last month.
Okay. Who was old?
Those are done.
Okay. Oh, they're all upside down. That's okay. These are done. Good, nice and oh, I know these
Yeah, those are done.
are done.
We didn't have any
Okay.
transfers for you this week.
Excellent.
We didn't have any transfers for you.
There's no stamp on this one?
Okay. Well, sometimes.
The second one.
Yeah.
What's this? There's no stamp on there.
Yeah, it's on the backside.
Oh, okay, well, you confused
And
me.
I've done these.
We're done these.
Okay, that
No,
one
you
is.
got payments. for-
Gotcha.
Oh, I guess I told you about white.
Yeah.
You can have white.
$2.99. That's exorbitant. We don't have walks on those.
Can we start on these?
We'll kind of pick up the,
We delivered it.
Oh, good. Nice. So what then have to work these through?
We delivered it to where we wanted. And then when the culvert through again, we went back and picked it back up.
That's funny. I mean, it's not funny that you had to do it, but
Okay, assessor's fund.
Assessor's fund.
This is the assessor's fund.
This is the
Ready when you
assessor's
are.
fund. Check 4782, $475.
Yes,
4783 for $1,650.
yes,
4786 for $10,481.20.
yes,
And 4787 for $536.84.
yes,
And 4788 for $260.
yes,
And 4789 for $12,502.
yes,
And 4790 for $120.
yes,
And 4791 for $31.38.
yes,
And 4792 $909.05.
yes,
4793 for $210.21.
yes,
And 4794 for $75.
yes,
And 4795 for $7,341.
yes,
And 4796 for $39.96.
yes,
And 4797 for $150.
yes,
And we have an ending balance of $233,465.02.
very good.
Okay, this is
That goes on, yeah.
this
Get in
is
there, just like that.
general fund. This is more general fund.
That's the same one, it's just a duplicate.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pass these over.
It's supposed to heat up for the weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
Road fund.
Road
fund.
Was it?
Road fund.
I did think it was
Check 5800 for $849.
Yes.
And 5802 for 221.27.
Yes.
And 5803 for 229.75.
Yes.
And
Humidity's supposed to drop drastically.
5804 for 252.27.
Yes.
Joe's not
And
living with Whalen anymore.
5805 for $21.
No reminders.
Yes.
So he just forgot.
I don't even,
5806 for 250.
but he's driving
Yes.
over, so.
And 5807 for 709.80.
Yes.
And 5808 for $115.08.
Yes.
And 5809 for $704.50.
Yes.
5810 for $650.
Yes.
I don't have any idea.
5811 for $48.67.
Yes.
And 5812 for $286.98.
Yes.
And 5813 for $15,721.80.
Yep.
And 5814 for $3,992.
Yes.
And 5815 for $282.52.
Yes.
And 5816 for $684.46.
Yes.
And we have an ending balance of $769.19.
Yes. I have one question.
Yes.
What is John Deere Financial?
Something's being financed, huh?
That's the credit account for the John Deere dealer in Elburn,
Gotcha.
the Elburn parts.
Is this supposed to be a list of everything that's underneath it? These two $13,000 bills and on the list in front for the,
Which one?
insurance.
Right, you had two bills. So I added them both together.
So that should be 26,000.
No,
For
because
county insurance.
it went through, because it was for him and the line went
Oh,
through.
we only
That's
have three
the two of
checks
them
on
together.
that.
Oh, that's a good, easy thing. Good.
And this would be.
It said CMS on
General
it. He
assistance.
scratched out and said it was for,
Okay.
and we've got check 5049
No, DSW.
for $290.82.81.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 5051 for 87.95.
That's CMS.
Yes.
And 5052 for 146.83.
No.
Yes.
See, look,
And we have an ending
this is what
balance
it's telling me
of
to use.
$173,447.63.
So that's what I added together.
Some of it goes to the regular township and some of it goes to the road district.
Yeah, so this is the road district portion, so those two. And that should read, and I'll just change that. That was CMS.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The boots should have been prepared.
The what?
Boots. Boots? Work boots.
I could reprint. You want me to reprint the page?
Are you done with that?
Yes. Only have one initial on some of these. Do you want to?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Sorry. Oops.
You guys busy, John?
Just look at each time you drive up and down any street.
I've never seen your truck anymore. It must be parked down by the boat party.
He's goofing off.
Keep out pavements,
Paving?
back in.
Oh my goodness. I was there today teaching a guy The guy just, I work with some Excel files for the large customer billing for, a couple $1 million. So that was a long day. And the locates for the underground digging stuff is just ungodly.
Really?
Oh my God. A busy day usually is 30, 35. We're getting over 100 a day.
Okay, we all set?
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion for approval of minutes from May.
I would move approval of the minutes for May.
I'll second.
Donnet?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
West?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye. And a motion for approval of accounts from May.
So moved.
Second. Ooh,
Make up your...
third.
I'll second.
Okay. Donnet?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
West?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye. I only have one thing for the assessor's report. It said if you would like to announce that assessment notices are being sent out by the Kane County Supervisor Assessments on June 19th and are being published in the Chronicle on June 21st. And that's all I had. Chris?
We're busy with road maintenance and getting ready for some major projects, so we've started construction on our culvert replacing on Hilltop and finally getting into a good rhythm on it, so probably take a few more weeks. That's about it.
Brush pickup still on Monday?
Brush pickup is on Monday, weather permitting. We did have equipment failure, so we missed a week.
Yeah.
But
Weekly is very good.
came back in the middle of the week and tried to catch up. So,
Are folks stacking properly?
yes, more and more.
Very good.
Well, we appreciate that. It makes things go so much quicker. We can get them done a lot faster and safer.
Thank you.
You wouldn't believe the people that come in the store and say, what kind of, do I need to tie my branches up with? What kind of string? They got, I said,
Something to hold
anything
them 10
strong,
feet."
anything strong enough to hold together. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, social service agencies all have their applications filed. So that's 13, I think. And we'll be sending out checks in another week or so. Dial 211, do you have any more on that?
I don't have anything more, I'm sorry.
Well, we discussed it at Nun Lunch
Yeah.
last Monday, and there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of information floating out around there, and we're not sure what the financial situation is. I think Joanne said she was going to report back next month to find out what why we need to be concerned about it, or if there's any financial commitment. That's did you know what that 211 is?
Yeah, you discussed it last time.
Yeah. And basically, you sent me a list of all the agencies. You emailed me that a couple months ago.
Yeah, and then apparently there's been a committee of the city and not who else, I'm not sure who else has been talking about it.
They've been talking
I don't know,
about it. So
I will check.
I don't think there's any real rush on it, and once we find something definitive, if there needs to be any financial support for it, then we'll just have to discuss it at that time. But I don't see that we can really do anything until there's something more than what we've got now. On the table is the Prevailing Wage Act. Mr. Donnet, would you like to read?
Well, you have no alternative.
You don't have to read them. Every year, we're required by the state to pass the Prevailing Wage Act, which is legislation that says if we hire any outside firms to do business with the township, the employees have to be paid the prevailing wage for the area. And I don't even print that out anymore because nobody ever looked at it, see what the prevailing wages are. They run anywhere from $35 to about $50 an hour.
Who determines what they are?
Locals in the area, so our area, the prevailing wage is what, like the electrical
So it's-
workers get, or
It's really the
construction
union
workers,
determines.
laborers.
So it's just the union's wage?
Yes,
Does it take into account any non-union wages at all?
this is for any work that's permanent work, roads, anything to do with concrete, structures, buildings. It doesn't have to do with things like mowing, tree removal.
Anything that we can do in-house,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Doesn't have,
have.
we don't pay prevailing wage for our workers. Anything else, we have to have union help, basically.
And a lot of that contract stuff goes through the county.
Well, and all our bidding is handled and written up through the county and takes this into consideration. These companies have to qualify. They have to, like on my desk, I've got all the insurance forms from all the companies that are going to do work for us, proof of insurance. They must submit their wage reports within a week after they've paid their guys for any work they do for us. So I have all the wage information. Union thing.
What?
Chicago.
Chicago Union?
Well, basically, I mean, it's, they're powerful.
Are those wages in Chicago the same as they are out here?
They might be a little higher in Chicago, but this, by and large, this is the northeast corner of Illinois, so it's, I don't know exactly where their territories lie, but we have a set of prevailing wages for us in whatever area, geographic area.
Yeah,
it
each
is.
county.
Downstate, it would change, as you go downstate.
Each county changes.
Are there companies that are able to competently do the work that don't pay prevailing wage and therefore don't qualify?
Probably.
Yeah, of course.
They might do the work, but they will get the prevailing wage rate.
They don't have to be union, do they, Chris?
They do not have to be union, as long as they pay the prevailing wage. But most companies that I've tried to use in the past shy away from bidding on that because they don't want to have to pay prevailing wage for one particular job. And then ask their workers to go back to a lower rate next week on somebody else's job.
So if we don't pass this, could they qualify to bid and bid a lower price because they're not?
If we don't pass this, we will never get any work. I mean, this is part of the structure of our government. Is that this is something that has to be passed.
I guess my problem is that it seems to fly in the face of representative democracy for an organization like the state legislature to pass a law telling us what we have to pass. It seems like we're not serving our constituents when we do what they tell us we have to do. If they want it done, why don't they pass the law and be done with it?
That's exactly what should be done, probably. The state should pass a law requiring this if that's what they need. Why should we have to go through this every year and that they mandate that we pass it, whether we want to or not?
This is any tax-based funds that are spent have to go through this process.
I think you should lobby.
I'm sure that would get me very far.
No, and it's not just townships. I mean, all taxing bodies have to do that too. So.
By and large, like our road work projects are all union scale. The only companies that are allowed to bid on road projects for us are companies that are big enough to have their own plants. They gotta be a certain size. They gotta have the right kind of equipment before they can qualify to even bid.
Well, I can see all of that, but they do qualify, but they just don't pay the prevailing wage. It seems like we ought to take that into consideration. It would seem like that would result in us being able to pay less for a competently done job. Why should we have to pay more for a competently done job? Because the state legislature says you have to pass something like this. The state legislature wants this passed, they should pass it.
Yeah.
But mandating
I
us
agree
to pass
with
it.
you. Yeah. It's a piece of paper. Anyone want to make a motion?
I will move the passage of the ordinance establishing prevailing wages.
Excuse me. I'll second it. Clerk call roll.
Yes. Donnet?
No.
Tracy?
Aye.
West?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Passed.
708 appointments. We have two people, Mr. Tracy and Mr. Katz, who are up. Their terms are up in the end of June, I think, or end of July. Yeah, it's been in June. Mr. Tracy, would you like to address that?
Yeah, some time ago when we discussed, the township representative to the Batavia 708 board, we suggested it might rotate. It hasn't rotated much. So my argument would be, I'd like to see some other trustee serve. It's really not all that time consuming. The Batavia 708 board, meets quarterly?
3 times a year.
3 times a year.
I can always make the one in the summer.
Yeah, and then you went.
I mean, last year I did make one in November, I think.
Then I think you went last week or the week before or whenever it was.
Yeah.
The 31st.
The last one.
Right, I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I skip choir a week, then good. So, I mean,
So, how would you like to serve on the 708 board? It's not all that. It's actually kind of
it is, it's interesting. It's,
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Sure, I'll do it.
Good. Excellent. So, do we need a motion? Probably should have a motion.
Yeah, we have to have a motion to appoint.
I would make a motion to appoint Howard Katz and John West to the Batavia 708 board.
I'll second it.
Donnet? Tracy?
Aye.
West?
Aye.
Anderson?
Yes. And John, if you can't make it, I'll do my best to make it.
And there is I'll find it. They want a conflict of interest. There it is. You can fill that out.
You gave me that first.
That's right.
You have to
They
file
have-
with whatever.
Like all these
State
groups, they
organization.
ask for
It's in the
the conflict of
manual.
Yes,
interest
sir, I understand. It's...
The
statement.
magazine.
Thank you.
And the one that we do for the township trustee isn't the same thing.
Well, for some reason it isn't. I don't quite understand
For
why
what?
it isn't the same. The conflict of interest, I don't know why they can't use the one that we've already filed as trustees.
Different organization.
Economic-
Yeah, I know.
Oh, the statement of economic
Yeah.
interest?
No, this is different from the statement of economic interest.
Well-
The idea is that you can't serve on the board if you have any relationship with any of the agencies that the Inc. board and 708 board serve. So this conflict of interest form basically says you do not have a conflict with serving on the 708 board with having anything to do with the other
All it
agencies.
requires is that you tell if there is a conflict, doesn't say that you can't serve.
If there is a conflict, you would not serve. That's part of the requirements.
Okay,
Does it list the agencies? If not, how do you know?
If you worked or had, for one of the agencies, you'd probably know it. I mean, I didn't bring the literature with me. I mean, I could send you a list of all the agencies or show you on their thing
No,
board.
it's not my name.
Yeah, no.
But I just don't want John to get too much difficulty.
I don't think he is either.
I already served on the board for the BATV for a couple years once, so
Yeah. Made it what it is.
I'll help out.
Good for you.
Okay, so Ryden Kane as chairman of the Kane County Paratransit Coordinating Committee. I would like to report that we have an increased amount of complaints against the people that we contract with for cabs and buses. Quite a few late shows or no shows are result because some of the cab companies can't employ enough people. This is a 24/7, 365 days a year program, and so in fact our representative from Pace didn't show up at our meeting last week, and he was removed the next day. I don't know, maybe he's got so many responsibilities that he can't handle it. But our complaint process hasn't been treated properly, hasn't been answered, and so I assume we're going to have a new representative. We only meet 4 times a year, so hopefully within the next month or so we'll have a new representative that we can depend on. So. But that's it's rather unfortunate. We have no control over here. But it's something that many people depend on, such as like the Valley Sheltered Workshop. Those are reverse commute rides where they get a ride to work and then they get a ride home. And usually it's done by a single bus that, makes the circuit to their homes, depending on where they live, of course. So I just thought I'd give that little report.
Yeah, it's too bad that for people who depend upon this, if it becomes not dependable.
We have a new number to call to if you're stranded, if your ride, because some of these people are in wheelchairs or they may be at dialysis and their ride doesn't show up. So now they have a stranded number that they can call, and I don't know how soon that would be dispatched, but hopefully as soon as possible. I think we have, in this area we have 3 cab companies, but then there's 2 or 3 other cab companies on the north end of the county that take care of it. And cab companies they do present problems because it's almost some of the drivers have been there for 20 years, but then other drivers, they'll be there for 6 months and decide, it ain't for me. And they'll quit any time without notice, and so it makes it difficult. Okay, does anybody, trustees, have anything to report? You can report on.
Public participation?
Yeah, whatever you want to report.
Oh, okay. The 708 board met May 31st. As of April 30th, Inc. board had a total assets of $991,202.25. Revenue from all townships was up $11,749.93. The Inc. Board has requested from Batavia Township for this upcoming year revenue of $382,880, which is up 2.1% from last year. This is CPI and the new construction money. For this fiscal year to date, there are 17 agencies, and they provided service to 2,003 township residents, providing 30,959 units of service. Units of service do vary depending on agency. Some are charging hours, some are charging half hours, some are charging, say, just for a full session, for whatever time it takes. Inc. Board is working on trying to standardize this for a little bit better clarification as to what a unit of service is going to be, so we can keep better track of it. Agencies allocated funding. Agencies who were allocated funding were the same as last year. No new agencies were added, and 2 agencies were dropped: Casa Kane County and Day One PAC, both because of, Casa Kane County had no need, and Day One PAC just pulled out themselves. Inc. Board does give a Lyle Onken Service Award for 2018. There were 2 recipients this year: Lynn O'Shea from AID and Greg Wilson from Tri-City Family Services. And the next 708 board meeting will be held here at this office on October 4th, 2018.
How many townships are involved in the 708 board?
7.
And we give 1/3 of the money?
Approximately, it goes by township, by population.
Population.
Are we 1/3 of the population of those 7?
I don't know, I can't answer that.
Aurora gives over $1 million by themselves, Aurora Township, and then it goes further down. I think Virgil gives the
You
ways.
said the total income was 990,000.
Well, what we're giving, that's for the upcoming year. This is what they have currently on hand. That includes some reserves. I think the smallest amount given, I think it's Virgil Township, and if I'm remembering my figures correctly, they only give like $20,000 a year, because based on population size and construction, there's so little on
You
the way.
got small townships, Big Rock, Virgil, Blackberry. Aurora, who else? I can't even think of the other 2. Anyway,
Well, Sugar Grove.
Sugar Grove, yeah, and they're smaller and don't have the population needed. And I'll probably increase that. New construction isn't figured into that yet, the requested amount, and I'll probably jack that up to $390,000 for next year. Okay, thanks, Howard. I have one thing. Honorable Township Board members, pursuant to the Illinois Tax Increment Allocation Redevelopment Act, please find this letter from the City of Batavia as official notice that it will convene the 2018 annual meeting of the Joint Review Board on Tuesday, June 9th, 2018 at 9 a.m. This meeting will be held at Batavia City Hall. I've always gone to these meetings. I do have an important doctor's meeting appointment next Tuesday. So if anybody wants to or is interested in attending that, what it is the TIF districts. It's the annual report of the TIF districts in the town, their current financial condition, and it's kind of interesting. It only lasts about an hour. So if anybody wants to go next Tuesday at 9 at City Hall, I've already told Chris Dason that I couldn't be there, and he said that's fine. So it's as long as they have a quorum. That's the big thing, and the school district and the parks and always are well represented. So it's just a tag team bodies. Anything else? Other than that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.